Howdy, partner. Welcome to one of the most northern parts of the United States of America. Travel with me upriver as we talk to a bunch of ladies and fellers and they share their tales of wit and wisdom. That's right, it's time again for Skagit Storytellers.
With Liz Duffy. I don't know if you listened to any of these, but I always like to start with talking about how we met, and I remember the exact day we met.
I do too. First Dimes shows, I think it was.
See, I didn't know, because I didn't even know. Like, I remember Maya showed up in a Gin Gypsy shirt, and I was like, oh, I've heard of them.
Yeah.
Because I was just getting into the scene, like, a little bit.
Yeah.
So I think Zach...
I remember that. You served me a beverage.
Yeah, there weren't many people there.
No, that was the funny thing.
I remember all my
let's
customers.
Go play in concrete, and then I think, there might have been like 8 people there.
Yeah, I think Zach opened, and then you guys played. Yeah. Well, I think there was one show, it was supposed to be bare feet and then pretty much nothing. And I was at the liquor store, and this is actually before I even met Spencer, and Josh came over and we were chatting, and I said, hey, they always play The Wait, you know, that cover. I said, don't play that till I get there. He's like, okay. So I'm thinking like, oh, I hope I can get a seat. It was like the first nice weekend of the whole year. It was April, early April. Everybody was gone.
No.
So I walk over and I'm like, okay, like rushing, across the street. And I walk in and I think there's 3 people in there. And they finish their song.
It's like 90 degrees.
And Josh goes, well, Liz is here. I guess we can play The Wait now. So they played The Wait. And then I think they finished. And pretty much nothing didn't even play because they're like, there's no point.
That you're not really a band until you've played to a room of 3 people. And it's your mom, somebody's friend, and, but. Yeah.
Well, I remember Brittany talked about how when she does a show and not a lot of people show up or no one shows up, she always thinks, okay, I'm just going to work on this one thing in my act, And so she'll focus on that. And maybe she even does it if there's a crowd, but she just picks one thing. And I've thought about that a lot. I think about that when I'm golfing.
Yeah, let's talk about golf.
Just going to work on chipping right now. It's okay that I've got 7 triple bogeys, but I like that idea of, no one's there. Instead of getting discouraged, just like, hey, let's try this thing that we've never tried before, or a song.
It's easy to take it like personally, like, but you just kind of realize people have other things to go do, and the weather's nice certain times of the year, and people don't feel like going to hanging out in a bar. And But yeah, that can be disheartening sometimes when you've put some work into things, and you just don't have the crew that you wanted to have. But that's just life.
Yeah.
Just like chunking a nice tee shot off the number 1 tee.
So I guess the first thing I knew about you was you were playing in the Dimes, and I knew you were a dentist. Is it orthodontist or dentist?
Root canal specialist.
Oh, okay.
So which means, people love to get root canals if you're in pain, right?
Yes.
That's usually what it is. So yeah, that's what I do on a daily basis.
My first root canal I ever got was in South Korea.
Oh,
I had no idea what was going on. No clue.
No idea.
Yeah. I didn't get sick that often there, thankfully.
You woke up a month later and everything was fine?
The only time I was ever scared...
You weren't missing a kidney or something, were you?
No. The only time I was ever scared... I actually got a couple tattoos there, but the only time I was ever scared, I was in my apartment in... we were outside of Seoul, like the north west corner, and this guy was driving around with this like mega horn, like shouting something. And I was like, oh my gosh, like North Korea is bombing us right now. Like what, that's gotta be it. Like what else? And it was like almost, I don't know if there was a siren, but the way he was saying it, it was like very alarming. I'm like, oh my gosh, nobody was home. I didn't know what to do.
Oh my gosh.
And finally, like I looked outside and the guy was driving around selling socks.
Yeah, but it sounded like it was much more treacherous.
Because I didn't speak Korean, so
oh my word.
Yeah, it was terrifying.
That's
but
scary.
But I survived the root canal in Korea. So,
well, that's a sounds like a book.
So you, I know that I want to get into like the bands that you've been in: the Dizzies, the Dimes. Now you're with Preaching the Freight Train, Friends for the Ghost. But let's go back even further, because I doubt you started music 10 years ago.
Well,
It's got to be like
let's
when you were a
see.
kid.
Very first band. Oh, yeah. Well, I do have a...
So are you from here? I don't even know.
I grew up in Nashville
Oh,
till I was in 6th grade. And then my family moved to Walla Walla, Washington. So I basically grew up from 6th grade through college in Walla Walla. So
what kind of place is Walla Walla? I've never been there.
it's the penitentiary's there. Now it's a wine town. There's like 210 wineries and restaurants, and much different now than when I grew up. There was like 2 restaurants, and one was a McDonald's, fine dining, and I think there was 2 or 3 wineries at that time. And then all of a sudden they realized that the land was great, and then restaurants started coming. So it's a really great kind of a weekend town. My parents still live there. My brother lives there. And so,
Well, why did they move up from Tennessee?
so my dad was in education. So he was a principal of an academy, a high school, kind of a parochial school, just outside of Nashville. And then got a job offer to kind of get into collegiate administration. So he took the job. And moving from Nashville to Walla Walla, that was bizarre.
Because you lived in like the city of Nashville.
Just outside, yeah, about 20,
Yeah.
20 minutes outside. But it was, a bigger city than Walla Walla, for sure.
So is that where you started music?
Yeah, so I started playing piano, and church was kind of a thing of growing up. So music and church was something that just kind of took over. And then I started getting into classical music in 7th grade, and practicing and all of these things, and recitals. And
Did you enjoy it?
Classical music is an interesting, it's so much about perfection, and you're memorizing these long pieces, and it's not freedom, in my opinion. I mean, you can certainly do what you want with a certain piece in a certain time frame. But so anyway, long story short, I was a music major in college, and music performance and all of the things. And I just got to the point where I went back to New York for a summer session to take some
When you were in
keyboard.
college?
Yeah. And I went to Eastman School of Music for a 6-week torture session, basically. But I got back there, and there were all these people with like their doctorate in music and masters in performance, and I mean degree after degree after degree, and they're sitting around talking about they don't have a job. And it was that moment I was kind of like, I love music, but I want to make music to be something fun, and something you enjoy, and not have to, just work yourself to the bone. Practicing, college credits were like, basically you had to practice 3 to 4 hours a day. And, if you weren't logging those hours, your professor was like, what are you doing? You're not spending enough time in the practice room. So that was my beginning with music. And then I just realized that, you need something to pay the bills. And so I looked at medicine, dentistry, and decided dentistry was kind of more my speed. And but music was always something I wanted to do. And then I forget what year it was, I just started to say, I'm going to learn to play the bass. I didn't really want to play keyboards, And so I started taking lessons from Larry Anderson, Little Mountain Guitar Studio there in Mount Vernon.
Oh, here.
Yeah.
So when did you move here?
After dental school, and then residency in Philadelphia for root canals. Then decided to move to Skagit County.
Why did you pick Skagit County?
Didn't want to live in the big city, liked the idea of, more rural setting, more, be close to a city but not in it, I think was kind of what, and they needed what I did in this area, so just kind of.
So you had to work. Yeah.
Had to work.
Yeah.
It worked out good. And then basically through Larry and a few other friends, just decided to, so that was the Wreckless Spenders that was the very first band, and we did a lot of covers, and it was fun, but it didn't. Quinn's sister, Stacey Thompson Pulver, was the lead singer.
Quinn's coming over for a podcast soon.
Oh, yeah.
And I think I said, oh, yeah, Rick's coming over. And I think he told me about this band because
right.
I said, oh, I'll bring it up. And I totally forgot.
No, yeah.
So Larry Anderson.
Yep. He was a lead guitarist.
Okay.
I played bass. And this guy, Steve Adams, was the drummer. And Stacey sang. And then we had a couple of keyboardists that kind of came through every once in a while and played. But we did Heart. Let's see, what else did we do?
What years are we talking?
This would have been probably 2011, 2012, 2010, somewhere in there.
Like yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah, just like
Feels like yesterday.
And, as most cover bands, things kind of sometimes taper off, and that kind of happened.
But that was like your first taste. You're like, okay.
Yeah, this was
I want to do
kind of
this.
fun. Yeah. And,
yeah.
You start learning a little bit more, too, the more people you play with. And so that was a great experience. And then the next band after that was the Dizzies. And that originally was with different people. And then Doug and his wife, they had to move to New Mexico or something like that. And so then it was just still Ken and I, and we kind of...
Oh, Ken was in it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Ken and I have been playing music for probably 15 years.
How did you meet Ken?
Our daughters...
You did his root canal?
No. our Ken doesn't have any teeth. That's the thing
you heard
don't
it
know
here
about.
first.
He has dentures. No, we had our daughters played on kind of a club volleyball team. And so I don't know how we started talking. We were in the bleachers watching a game in Tacoma, and the things last all day long.
Mm-hmm.
And so you start talking with people, and he had mentioned that he was playing a lot of music at church and band and stuff. I said, Ken, we should start a band. He kind of looks at me, he says, I've never been in a band before. So we just kind of started putting stuff together. We found a drummer, and his wife sang, and so anyway, that was...
Oh, that was Doug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the Dizzies.
And just covers.
Yeah, but kind of rockabilly. That's when got stand-up bass going for the first time. So it was a lot of things that probably music that people just wouldn't go, oh yeah, I know that song. Kind of tried to pick unusual things that people didn't really know that well.
Yeah. So how long was that band?
Probably 4 or 5 years, I think.
Oh.
Then Carrie McRae joined, and Jer, one of Ken's friends from his church, joined. Real great drummer. And then, we did that for 3 or 4 years, and things just kind of screeched to a halt. Jer had to move away, and, you'd kind of take a moment to say, what do we do now? And that's when we kind of started to form the Dimes. Sonny and I had always been friends and wanted to play together, and he was getting off of being, I think Gin Gypsy had just kind of slowed down. Oh, yeah, yeah. And that's when we decided to put the Dimes together. We couldn't think of a name for the longest period of time, but yeah, it's fun. Those guys are really great. Ken and Sonny and I were all grandparents.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't even know you had kids.
Yeah.
I know that Sonny is a new grandpa, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Ken, his first band was the Dimes, and then you guys are obviously still playing. Mm. How did you get into, is it Friends for the Ghost next?
Oh, that's a funny story, yeah. So it was at band camp. I think, I knew who Wes was, and we just happened to kind of chat for about 10, 15 minutes on a Saturday afternoon at band camp. And then later, he sent this post out, like, looking for a stand-up bass player. And I said, well, Wes, you have a little short memory. We were just talking like 2 days ago. And he goes, oh, yeah, shit, you're right. And so anyway, I said, send me your music. I'd love to kind of hear what things are. And so him, me, and Charlie got together at the coffee place there in Burlington. We just played, man, I think 5-6 songs together, and that was kind of the start of it right there. They didn't kick me out, so. And I like those guys. They're a really fine group of musicians and people too. It's really cool.
I'm really excited to have Carly on here.
Yeah. When's she coming?
Soon, hopefully.
No, when Carly speaks, it's the truth, and which I think is a good gift to have.
Yeah.
And Wes listens to Carly. I'm giving you all the little background.
Tell me about their marriage. No.
Charlie does wear a wig, though. That flowing hair is not real.
I think it was, I want to say 6 months. It couldn't have been a year. I think 6 months after we started becoming friends, he was chatting about his mom. And I said, oh, yeah, what's your mom's name again? He told me, and I said, and what did she do? He's like, well, she was a preschool teacher for quite a while. And I went, is she really tall? And he goes, yeah, she's pretty tall. And I go, oh my God, did she work at this school? And he goes, yeah, it's all his preschool teacher.
Oh my word.
I had no idea. So it's really sweet when we go to shows and they get to see each other. And
that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually about 2 points of separation in the valley.
So your kids grew up here then?
Yeah. Ethan, my son, was born in Philadelphia when I was back in school. So Lindsay will be 25 in August. She's a beautician, cuts hair, styling, and at a salon in Mount Vernon. And then Ethan, he's actually getting married September 6th this year, so that's kind of cool. And they're down in Los Angeles, him and his girlfriend, fiance right now.
Do either of your kids play music?
Ethan played a lot of guitar, and he still pulls it out every once in a while. But yeah, Lindsay played piano and dabbled around a little bit, but nothing really stuck.
Yeah.
Ethan will still play his guitar every once in a while, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. And so Lindsay has kids?
Lindsay has Kai, who is turning 4 this Sunday.
Oh, nice.
It's a little birthday party.
Yeah.
That's weird to have a grandkid. Yeah.
What was it like the first time you held him?
Yeah, just bizarre. It's like...
Do you just flash back to holding your kids?
Yeah, I think a little bit. And then you're kind of like, wow, this is like my daughter's child, right? You get that idea that it's generations and not, that's the thing that starts making you feel old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I want Olive to make sure she has her career under her feet first, but yeah. I can't wait till she has kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're actually talking about it today. I said, I don't know if Riley's going to college. I could see him meeting a girl and just, let's get married. Yeah. I'll just work for my dad's company, type thing.
Sure.
So he could have a kid when he's 18. Olive, you'll be like mid-20s. You'll be out of college. You'll be starting a career. You guys have kids at the same time. And she's like, Mom.
Well, isn't that the funny thing? Is like make plans and it's like life laughs at you, right? And so... No,
I think that's a thing. Like, I think I heard, we make plans, God laughs. He's
that's
like,
right.
That'll be hilarious.
Good idea there.
So obviously you're not with your kids' mom anymore.
Right.
So you guys split up?
Yeah.
And then did you meet Hannah right after? Or?
Yeah. That's exactly kind of how my life would kind of just was going through some changes and as is very common, sometimes you either muscle through and fight. But one of the signs I think of whether a relationship's effective or not is the more work you put in on it. If it doesn't work yet, it's probably a good time to maybe say, hey, this isn't the right thing.
So how old were the kids when you guys split up?
Let's see, that was... Well, things had kind of been changing for a while in my life, and so, but there always is that moment of like, okay, this is time for a change,
mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
And that was 2015. So Ethan was, I think, going into his senior year. Lindsay, I think, was a sophomore. And I just had some great friends around me at that point. And, one of the things that I'll never forget that was said to me that, if your life is working really great, you're happy, you're you're feeling, great about things and life is good, that benefits everybody in your life. So sometimes change allows, a different light to shine. It allows you to, get rid of ideas and things that just maybe aren't effective or not working that great. And I think that that's been true because it's like I have a great relationship with both of my kiddos, and I still call them kiddos. But I think it was just the way we kind of went through that I think was key, is that, all of a sudden Dad seemed to be a little happier, a little more at ease, and and I think they benefited from that. Because when you're miserable, nobody benefits. Not that life was miserable, but when you're constantly not in your integrity or in your happy spot, or whatever the phrase fits, people can tell that things aren't right. Yeah.
Well, like Sunny, like in our podcast, it was so just it was a really important episode because it was roughly around the time when like CJ and I had pretty much called it quits. We hadn't told Olive yet. We were kind of waiting until a bit later. He actually said, like, we stayed together for the kids. That's what we're doing. Oh my gosh. Because you're like, oh, I don't want my kid to have a broken home. But then now, like, looking back, like, I'm so happy that Olive has this example, and she also sees that, like, I mean, I give CJ props all the time. Like, her dad, like, we communicate so well, and he has a girlfriend, and it seems like it's going well, all three of us. And then Riley's parents too, like, they split up. Spencer and her split up when Riley was a baby, and we all, like, parent really well. Like, the other day she came over and she was just really frustrated. He was just kind of being a little 6-year-old boy, and she was trying to explain something to me, and she kept looking away, and I was like, come here. And we just hugged and cried, and she's like, this is so hard. I'm like, yeah, I know. And we just celebrated our 1-year wedding anniversary. And
Yay.
I remember thinking, like, God, I kind of, like, I want to credit, like, Angie and Jesse and CJ and Katie, because they could have made our life, our first year of marriage, so hard. They could have just been dicks.
Right. Yeah.
Because they got hurt, right? They could have done that, but they didn't. And I really appreciate that. So
yeah,
as much as, like, it sucks and I'm kind of, not everything was perfect, like, overall from all the stories I've heard, it's, really, knock on wood, going really, really well.
Yeah. I mean, it's a choice. I think that's the thing, that sometimes we can get triggered, and get our feelings hurt and get mad and get revengeful and spiteful and try and get everybody to see the world your way. And I think that really doesn't serve a purpose, because it's like we all have these lenses that we're looking at life through, right?
Yeah.
And I think the good lesson, I think, and you kind of hinted at that too, is that you want your kids to be able to say, hey, when things aren't working, you can make a change.
Yeah.
And I think that's the lesson. Careers are the same way. It's, why stay in a career that you hate? You can learn to love something, but I'm just saying that grind of, like, I wish I was doing something else, or,
There's so many, I think, daily stressors that people don't realize really affects their health. They kind of think the big things affect their health, but really, like, that nagging sense of, like, I hate my job every single day.
Yeah.
And I think, gosh, I'm trying to think who it was. It was a clip that was going around, and it was, I don't know if it was an actor or musician, but they were talking about how, like, how cancer has, like, spiraled the last few decades. And they were saying how people have, like, this art inside of them, like music or painting or whatever, writing, and they're not getting it out. And they're just, it's like killing them because they're just so stifled. And so if they just get it out, like, that's everyone in the world benefits.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, like, everyone benefits when you're at your best. And there's just so many variations of art that you could put out there, painting, music, writing. And so many people are just scared. Like, what if I write a book and no one reads it?
It's still a book.
Exactly. No, exactly. And that was the thing too with this podcast. I was like, I don't even care if anyone, like, really listens to it. Olive is going to have a record of my voice for
Forever.
hours.
Forever.
Yes. And
That's the only thing we're really is now, right? We don't know tomorrow, and I think that's as we age, we start seeing that a little clearer.
yeah. Do you have coworkers that are like, "Oh my gosh, Rick, how do you do it? Like being in 3 or 4 bands?" Are they?
No, that's my wife, Hannah.
Oh.
But let me finish the story too. So I started.
Sorry, how you met Hannah.
I started dating Hannah, and we knew who each other were for a long period of time, and started dating 2015, and basically, you know, when you meet somebody that you just feel like yourself, you know, that feeling of like, I can just be myself. That I think we both kind of fell into that vibe of, you know, this is the right vibe. We both dated lots of people and lots of relationships, so it was kind of a coming home kind of a feel. And then we got married 2020, and
Right before COVID?
Actually,
Or during?
January 5, 2020, we were in Costa Rica.
Wow.
And got married in Costa Rica. And when we came back, the very first case had come through Seattle. Is that right?
Wow.
And yeah, so that was kind of bizarre. Then we were in lockdown from March. Of course, my practice was open throughout the thing. We were considered essential because they didn't want toothaches to go to the ER. So I was busier through that time frame.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, because all the general dentists shut down and we get referrals for what we do. And so all of a sudden it was just like, you know, we're weeks booked out, and it was just, every day was just busy, and you had to wear all this garb because nobody understood at that point.
Yeah.
But we all made it through it, and you know, being locked down with your new bride was awesome. She probably thought differently, but
She's like, what have I done?
What I remember about that time frame is when, you know, the skies got clearer. I remember Corey Vincent started doing his like online, his like live performances. So you could log on, get your cocktail, and at 4 PM, you could listen to Corey Vincent play from his home.
Oh, that's so cool.
Oh, it was really great. And other artists started doing that too. And it was like, it was a very interesting time, right? That was live music, was looking at your computer.
Yeah.
And all the bars were shut down. So bands all kind of, what do you do?
Yeah.
I think now is probably the most interesting time in my life as far as with music, because, you know, I've known a lot of people now for, you know, 15, 20 years. And I think that's kind of cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, Corey Vincent was friends with Hannah, kind of in school together and good friends. And so I met Corey through Hannah, very first time heard him play at Clear Lake. And I was like, damn, this guy. So that was cool. And then, of course, Fanny Alger was playing back in those days, and that's always awesome.
When I had Shane on, and, you know, he talked about the Hindu Grass Days and Pavlov Jones and and when Scott came on, we talked about that, obviously. And there was just this sort of sad nostalgia of like, oh, I wish I was around for the Pavlov days,
The good old days.
right? And I was like, are you fucking kidding me, you guys? Look around. Like, no one knows at the time that they're in it.
Right.
You know, till you're out of it, and we're in it.
Yeah.
I don't know how much better this could get. This is insane.
It's crazy. And it is so inspiring because Skagit and Wadcombe, and it's just, everybody seems to just really enjoy hearing other people play, right? And I think if you get to a bigger city, things get much more segmented and, you know, probably more competitive, and that's a terrible feeling in music. And I think what I sense from, you know, people I've met is that everybody is so excited when somebody excels or gets something or has a big show, and you know, that's just not a typical you know, vibe in other places. It's really cool. And if you had every night free of the week, you could be listening to a new band or a new artist pretty much 7 nights a week.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, that's just crazy.
Yeah. It's pretty unheard of. So how did you start playing with Walker's band? The Preacher and the Freight Train.
Yeah, so I'd heard Walker play, and a couple of times he played the Shakedown, and I kind of went to hear him, and I liked his music, and I just said, hey, man, if you ever need stand-up bass on a couple of songs here or there, let me know. And so eventually he sent a couple of tunes, and I was like, all right, let's get together. And I had time in my schedule. That's one of the things I think I am kind of happy with, is having some free time to be able to do other things and play music with a lot of people. And it just kind of started that way, and then he was kind of thinking about a drummer, and he tried a few people out, didn't seem to stick, and then I think the Dimes were just kind of in a little bit of a slow time and didn't really have any gigs coming, so threw it out to Sonny, and Sonny said, sure, I'll love to come play, and so that's kind of just what it is. The beauty about Preacher and the Freight Train is that, Mark and Walker can just go do their duo thing, right? And they kind of save us for, when they want a full band, or if it's a bigger venue or something like that, which is kind of nice. And he knows that I'm with, Friends for the Ghost, and, that's a busy band right now. And so then the Dimes, we play when we have 2 or 3 gigs between now and the end of the summer into September, and it's a nice balance for me. Luckily, the schedules all work out.
Yes.
And everybody's kind and cool about that. That's the other thing too, is that I remember Wes said when he first started out, he was like, I tell people in the band, you can't be in any other project. No. And I forget the exact story, but Wes was like, I realize that now when people, because, Charlie plays with Corey, and Trevor plays with Supremo, and Wes will play with Lazy Acres and all that. So I really think it makes us all better when we come together. I mean, I think the more you play with people, and, you first understand your role in a band, and make some mistakes early on in life, and then you figure them out. But it's such a beautiful thing to play music with people that are just great people, just fun to be around, and we laugh a lot, and that's key.
I think Friends is really good too at, like you were saying, Walker and Mark can just go off on their own. I don't know if anyone does it better than Friends for the Ghost, though. Wes and Carly, amazing.
Yeah.
Wes and Charlie, fantastic.
Right.
The 3 of them, amazing. Like,
how about just Trevor and me? That'd be weird. But Trevor
try it tonight.
Trevor is a talented cat. That guy, I don't know if you've ever heard him play the guitar.
No.
He's a talented cat. Let me just say that right now. He is one hell of a drummer, and just the way he approaches music, he made us all kind of up our game a little bit.
Did he?
Yeah, because it was like, oh, okay, he wants to know, like, what's the verse going into the bridge and all this stuff, and I want to make sure. Yeah, it's just like he brought a really interesting, cool vibe. He
was definitely one of my favorite podcasts. Trevor's was so funny.
I don't know if I've listened to that one.
Oh my gosh, we just giggle the whole time.
Really?
He's so funny.
Yeah.
And then, but he'll also he'll just randomly text me and be like, "Are we doing another one?" And I was like, "Yes, we will." Okay. Was mine really good? Are you sure? You're not just saying that. I'm like, Trevor, stop it. But no, I was thinking he had this really great. So I'm dabbling with creating almost like a coffee table book, but for Skagit storytellers. So basically, I'll have all the pages will include a picture of my guest with a quote from our episode. It was really hard to pick Trevor's. He said so many funny things, but I really like this. So we were talking about what it's like to be in a band. He said, so first of all, it takes a long time to be good. So for just yourself. So first you got to do this. Then it takes a long time to find other people that aren't useless pieces of shit.
Well put.
Musicians are inherently lazy. They just want to play their song and have a crowd cheer for them. So it's hard to find like good guys or girls who are motivated and have their stuff together. Then once you have that, then it takes forever to build that chemistry, and your songs need to be good. It's a lot.
I mean, isn't that the craziness of it? It's like you could have the best songs in the world, but again, if you don't know how to be a part of a band or like be friends with people and be kind and considerate of other people's time, it's amazing that it even works. Or you have the great chemistry and then you don't have the good music.
Yeah. I think about, Wes, who drives a cement truck and then gets home, showers, goes to practice. Like the people who 95% of the people I know here, they have full-time jobs and they have families.
Yeah.
And they prioritize this as part of their life, which is like amazing.
Yeah. I mean, Wes, that guy, he works his ass off.
He gets up at like 4 in the morning.
Writing music and then will always show up at practice, and he's always 110% ready to go. Mm-hmm. And, that's unusual, right?
Yeah.
And I that is kind of one of the key things to making it work, is that when you have somebody that's that committed and that all in, it's easy just to be a part of that, right?
Yeah.
It's like because their enthusiasm and their love kind of gets you going, and then you just need to find other people that feel that too. And that's what it kind of feels like with this group.
Tim Meckling mentioned that. He said, I'll take a D musician over an A musician any day if they're enthusiastic.
Yeah. Right.
I don't want to, play with someone who like is fantastic but just doesn't care.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, or just for the money or for whatever. It's like, no, it has to be, if you're going to play wrong notes, do it with gusto and be nice to be around.
Yeah. I mentioned this in a text to you. I got my first birdie.
Yes.
The other
Let's
day.
talk golf.
Okay. So I've had like 2 amazing things.
How far was your putt for birdie?
Gosh, I can't remember.
Did you bang in a 20-footer?
I don't think it was anything crazy. It was just a really nice chip, onto the
Oh, you
the
chipped
green.
it in?
No. It was just like a really nice chip near the hole, and
then
I just kind of...
Okay.
Yeah, but I would say that I probably have top like 3 amazing things right now going on. I had the birdie a week ago or a week and a half ago. I like just started playing like 3 weeks ago.
Wow.
Because I used to run a lot. I don't know if you ever heard that. Like I would do ultra marathons.
Yeah, long distance.
So
stuff.
anything over 30 miles.
Mm-hmm.
When you run that much and then you stop cold turkey, your hips don't like that.
I can only
Your
imagine.
hips are like, screw you, lady. And then also we were going through packing and staging. Staging takes so long. Packing and staging. And I just took a lot on myself. I should have asked for more help, but I didn't because I wanted it done really quick. And then, putting all of our stuff in different garages. Thank you, Clay. And then moving again. So my lower back was just so messed up. But then I did PT, and the guy was like, Liz, it's your hips. I'm like, really? So I've been like just slowly getting back. Everything hurts. Like yoga hurt, running hurt. And so I went golfing.
You probably overdid it.
Well, I went golfing once with Spencer, and I was like, this is going to kill me. So I didn't do a lot. For some reason, I went like 3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago, and we finished. And the next day I woke up and I was like, babe, my back feels amazing.
Really?
I had started doing a bit of yoga too, but it just really helped. And then I've gone 5 or 6 times since. Fantastic.
That's good.
I was telling Jesse Eldridge, he's like, Liz, I think you're the only person in history that golf has helped their back.
Yeah, golf. Let's talk about golf.
Well, I got the birdie.
Yeah.
Also, my on the west at Avalon, there's the north course, the south course, and the west course.
There's 3, yeah.
On this west course, on hole 4, my drive, it was a par 3. I hit the pole, like the pin.
Whoa.
I was like,
Deadeye.
Did that just hit it? It didn't go in, but like I've never
That would
that
have
was
been a
just
good
really
story
cool.
to get
I
a
know.
hole in one.
So yeah, golf, it cured my back. I got that hit, and then I got the birdie. So
Golf,
far I'm doing pretty
everybody
good.
needs to take up golf. You know why?
Why?
Because everybody needs something else to be pissed about. No, it's like golf is a good metaphor for usually probably how people look at life. You can't be thinking about the next shot yet, right? You're in the moment,
Yeah.
right? And you have to just deal with wherever that ball's going to go.
Yeah.
And it's funny because when you golf with people, I mean, some business owners say they like to golf with people they're going to do business with because they get a chance to see how they relate to life. Like when you have a bad shot, do you lose your shit? Do you break a club? Is there composure, or is this like the world's over and now you have to swear for the next 20 minutes and everybody has to listen to you? And then you're mad about what, talking about your swing? Or do you just say, well, that one just didn't go so well. So, and when you watch the pros, that's the way they approach it. But I think or the flip side, you have a really great shot and now you think you're the best golfer in the entire world.
Yeah, I triple bogeyed the next hole after my birdie.
See, that's what happens. So the key is just like in life. I think you just find your course, stay in your lane, and focus on the things you can control, because you can't control where that white ball goes. Yeah. I mean, you have an intention, but Jesus, that ball never goes where I want it to.
When did you start playing golf?
I started in like 6th, 7th grade.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. But
when you moved to Walla Walla?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can shoot mid-80s. I can shoot mid-90s. And there's times that Hannah and I will go out and we may not even keep score, and just it's the fun of just the process, right? So people have said golf is a great walk ruined by chasing a stupid white ball. But when you really think about it, is life really that bad to be out on this beautiful green grass and with friends or family and or your partner and you're laughing, maybe having a beverage and just watching this stupid white ball go where it shouldn't.
Well, I am planning a Skagit Storytellers podcast golf tournament.
Oh, nice.
No, wait, it's a celebrity golf tournament.
Celebrity?
So far, obviously Spencer.
Well, yeah.
Do you know Chad Henry golfs?
No, I did not know that.
Yes, he's a member at the Skagit Country Club.
I could see that. Yeah, I could see that.
And then Natural Israel?
Yeah. Not a very good golfer, though.
No?
No.
Oh, he said he was good. Have you golfed with him?
He was lying, yes. I don't normally talk bad about people.
I think he told me that you golfed. That's how I knew you golfed.
Did he say I was a lousy golfer, too?
No.
No, he when he connects, which is hardly ever.
When he connects.
Which is never. He can hit it pretty far.
Yeah.
To the right. No, I enjoy golf.
Have you played with Andrew? Oh, Andrew's also going to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to get Randy Weeks, too. He golfs.
Oh, I've never met Randy.
You haven't?
No. And I
You should have Randy on.
Well, I wanted to do guests I've already met with and interviewed. So you're on the docket now. So
I appreciate that.
Stone wants to come.
That would be good.
And actually, I saw this reel of 20 guys that went golfing, but only, I think 4 ended up golfing, 4 were caddying, and the rest were cheering them on. Oh. And I talked to Camriel. I said, "Can I do that at Avalon?" She goes, "Sure." So I think Stone's going to caddy for Spencer.
Nice.
So start thinking about who you want.
When is this happening?
Maybe Natural could caddy for you since he's not that good.
Yeah, he'd probably be talking too much. I kind of like it quiet on the golf course. The process, I think it teaches process for kids too, right? It's like, all right, there's very few sports where it's just you and how you do one thing, right? You're either on a team, you're playing against somebody where you're exchanging, tennis ball or something like that. Golf is the only thing that you just mess with yourself.
Yeah.
Right? And I think that's why it's such an interesting thing to watch people golf, and myself included. What if I get pissed off about shanking one into the water? You can't change it, so you're going to stay mad about it.
Yeah.
Or you're just going to go, oh, well, maybe get the next one right. That's like that movie with Kevin Costner and
Tin Cup?
Tin Cup.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Oh, you got to see Tin Cup.
He makes me see them all. I saw The Legend of Bagger Vance.
Oh,
saw that.
Tin Cup is the best.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I can't give away the story, which talks about how far you can hit a golf ball, but definitely that's on the to watch list.
Well, it'll be the best until tomorrow when Happy Gilmore 2 comes out.
Oh, yeah. Have to watch the first one again.
I think that's just going to be a bunch of cameos. I don't even know if they're going to do a story. Spencer has a tournament at Chambers Bay.
Oh, that's a nice
in September.
course.
Yeah. He told me about it, and I was looking at the course. I'm like, this is amazing. He's like, yeah, I think it was on the PGA Tour.
Yes, it
I think they
was.
played there,
the U.S.
yeah.
Open, I think, back maybe 9 or 10 years ago.
Yeah, it's so
Yeah.
cool. So we're excited for that. I go, can I come and like watch you? He's like, I don't know. So we'll find out.
Caddy for him.
No, I don't know what I'm doing.
There was a husband and wife that were on the pro tour, and he had his wife caddy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And she was actually probably a less emotional golfer than he was. And you'd see they'd get into a little squabble every
Have you played in Southern Oregon at Bandon?
No, that was on a bucket list. I had the opportunity to go, but it just didn't work out with schedules. But
One of my friends, he has a rental home there, and a caddy rents the house. And he's like, Liz, you won't even believe how much this guy makes.
yeah, they get usually 10% of whatever the winning. So for a $5 million, they make $500,000 for
Wow.
the weekend.
So you said that you have a couple dime shows coming up. When are those?
Yeah, what are those? Good question. A private party, which is after band camp. We're playing band camp.
Oh, nice. On the Saturday?
Yes. No, Friday night. And then we're doing a private party the week after that. And then we're going to play at the Majestic for Oyster Run on Sunday, the last Sunday of whenever they do Oyster Run, which I think is the 28th or something like that.
What's the Majestic?
September. The hotel out in Anacortes. So I guess there's like 1,000,001 motorcycles that could go to Anacortes and all of the places around.
Oh, wow.
Right? And a big riding day. And so a lot of people come into town. So we're going to play a whole afternoon there. And then...
So Sunny rides a bike.
Yeah.
But does Ken?
No.
Okay.
I think he still has training wheels.
I can't wait till he listens to this.
I hope he does. Yeah.
He's got to come on and defend himself.
Yeah. Good luck.
And then when's your next show with Preacher and the Freight Train? Do you guys have one on the books?
Yeah, I think there's a Seattle gig coming up.
What?
Chop Suey. We're opening for the Pines.
Oh. I don't know who the Pines
Is
are.
it the Pines?
City of Pines?
City of Pines.
Oh, yeah. Nick's
Yeah.
band.
Yeah, Nick.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
I want to have him on too.
Yeah.
He seems interesting.
Really talented guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's like August, end of August.
Yeah.
And then we're doing a Boundary Bay, which is kind of cool because with Heels to the Hardwood, Heels for the
Oh, I don't know
Hardwood
them.
from Seattle.
Okay.
Heels,
When do they actually close down? Because aren't they supposed
I'm not
to shut
sure.
down?
I think we're getting close, September-ish. And I think this was one of the last shows that they're going to do outdoors there. So it should be a nice
yeah.
weekend.
Yeah. Nice.
And other than that,
Oh, and Friends for the Ghost.
yeah, playing
You guys
a
are
lot.
playing like in a couple days at
Mhm.
the Swift.
Yeah, at the
Is
Swift.
that what it's called? Yeah.
And then we go down to Lake Sammamish next Thursday night to play an hour and a half set down there, which will be
Lake
kinda fun.
Sammamish?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Like a festival?
It's a concert evening in the park.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and
Wow.
Wes got asked to do that, and so it all worked with everybody's schedule because it's practice night. So they get in the van
Yeah.
and go down to Seattle, and then
And then you're playing Lopez.
so then Saturday we're at Lopez for that.
And did you play Lopez last year with them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, but we were just the quartet at that point.
I've never been. I'm really excited for it.
It's a great festival.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the 2 stages, and it's literally the curtain's down. You got to get your stuff ready, and then the curtain opens, and you're ready, and then the next band gets ready. So it's music, music, music. There's no 10, 15 minutes in between. It's just
Yeah.
one thing right after the other, which
I
is
heard the
cool.
green room's pretty cool too.
Oh, yeah. It's like they have food like constantly from the morning till the late nights, and they're just making more food and more
Wow.
food. And it's just like this unending smorgasbord of buffet. We're really glad we got a chance to play this with the whole band, and I think it'll be fun.
Have you heard Her Name Was Princess yet?
Yes.
Okay. Were you at the album release show?
No, we were out of town.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, was it Paris? Is that when you went to Paris?
No, we were. Where were we? That was in March, right?
No, it was November. I got the poster right there, November 22nd.
Oh. Oh, November 22. Yes,
Yeah.
we were maybe in Mexico.
So Her Name Was Princess has been practicing here. So it's Spencer on drums, Wes, Charlie, Tim, and Clay.
Yeah.
And it's so awesome.
Yeah.
Clay's a little worried because it's actually quite loud. He's like, maybe we should have been on the Friday. But I think it might be back to back. I think it might be Friends and then Her Name Was Princess or something like that, like the lineup.
Oh,
Yeah, at Lopez. So
yeah, that'll be cool. Yeah, we cover one of his songs, Mother Night.
Oh, you do?
And when he's in the crowd, he'll come up and sing. But
Oh, wow.
Wes will do it too.
Is that
We
new?
asked. Yeah, probably.
Okay, I haven't heard you guys play
I
it.
think we've done it a couple of times.
Okay.
Yeah.
I actually was going to ask Clay about that song because we had gone, Spencer and I were at a lodge this weekend and they had just tons of books and they had like an anthology of Kurt Vonnegut books. And do you know him? Mm-hmm. I was just flipping through. Oh yeah, I know that book, Slaughterhouse 5. And one story was called Mother Night. So I'm curious if Clay took that from that book.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've heard about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, cool song.
I've told this to a couple people, and I think actually Raina said this too. She goes, I'll be listening to the Her Name Was Princess album, and the first song will come on, I'll go, yeah, this is it. It's my favorite. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then the next song will start, and I'll go, oh, no, wait, this one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Talented. Good project.
Yeah, I'm so happy that he's doing it. I just hope that he's giving more permission to people to like, hey, it's not, you can just put out the songs whenever you want.
I think we all have a fingerprint and it's unique, right? And it's like that idea that you got to share what's going on, right? Even if you don't think it's good enough, right? And so that's the little moral of the story is nobody has your fingerprint, so be yourself because nobody else can. I like that.
We should end on that.
That's a good thought.
Yeah. Thanks, Rick. Thanks for coming over.
Deep thoughts.
Deep thoughts with Rick Simcock. Thank you for coming over.